What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. For one last time, we are using this Kyurem Black team as we are working our way to finish off Series 12. Definitely make sure to check out the rental team's video talking a little bit more about it if you want to try it out yourself as we kind of wrap things up. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Zacian Groudon. It is Zacian Groudon, Charizard, a Venusaur, Incineroar, and a Grimmsnarl. I still really want to try Magmar here. I think Magmar and Grimmsnarl both feel really good. Actually, let's do Whimsicott. What is the speed on my Magmar? I should know this, right? We are 113, so we will outspeed pretty much everything, so I think that this is fine. We do have to be a little bit weary of like Venusaur, and so in that regard, no, I think it's still fine. Let's do that. Let's do Kyurem and then Calyrex in the back. And let's just hop into it. And as we're waiting, make sure to subscribe. We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. And it looks like about 5% of my audience that is viewing has subscribed, and I know that every little bit helps us get closer. So would really appreciate it. We've been growing a lot lately, and I'm very thankful for that, and I'm hoping to keep that momentum going. But looking at my opponent's lead, it is going to be Zacian Grimmsnarl. So this is really good for us, right? I want to try and get this Burning Jealousy off. If we can burn the Zacian, we're just in such incredible shape. We do also want to just be very wary of what can happen, and I think that this is a really fine situation to be in, right? Like, my opponent doesn't really know what to expect from Magmar, so I'm hoping they don't go for a Protect here, and instead let me get that Burning Jealousy off, especially if we can get up that Tailwind, right? We will be faster than them and able to hit them hard. So, like I said, really hoping for no switch outs, no protects. I've been wanting to get the Burning Jealousy off. It looks like we are going to get it, which I'm really excited for, barring a paralysis from Magmar. And it looks like, yeah, they don't even know what to expect, right? They're setting up that Reflect. We will be able to get this Burning Jealousy off, which does mean we will be able to burn the Zacian, right? Which is huge. Getting rid of that attack boost is so big. We will have to take a Behemoth Blade. It looks like that definitely is going to go into the Whimsicott, right? Just trying to do as much damage as possible. You will just be bringing me down to my Focus Sash. So this is a fine spot to be in, right? I do want to double up into the Grimmsnarl, though. I think getting rid of it because of fear of something like a Thunder Wave is going to be huge. So I want to go for a Clear Smog as well as a Moonblast, right? Just double super effective moves onto the Grimmsnarl is going to be huge. We are going to see the Quick Attack being revealed. So that is not what I expected at all, right? I was kind of expecting something a little bit more not that. I know Quick Attack has sort of made a comeback, but let's see what happens here. We are going to be able to fire off that Clear Smog, doing absolutely nothing as a result of the screens. So I think I'm going to bring out Calyrex here. I don't know if we can get the knockout quite yet. I do want to just go for another Burning Jealousy for the damage, as well as go for an Astral Barrage. The Zacian, probably not in range quite yet, but what's nice is we are going to outspeed Calyrex with, outspeed Zacian with Calyrex, so that should hopefully help us out. Yeah, like I said, I was really hoping to do a little bit more damage. We are going to see the Thunder Wave miss, so that's actually super huge for us, as we will be able to fire off this big Astral Barrage. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get the KO, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like Zacian will survive, but that Burning Jealousy, getting the burn off should be more than enough, yeah, to finish Zacian off. So not the way I would have liked to have things happen, right? I obviously would have liked very much to get the KO with Calyrex for the boost, but this is fine. Also because of the Tailwind, right, we still are going to be the fastest thing on the field with Calyrex for at least one more turn, and that's going to be really helpful. Important to note, though, is that neither of us have used our max yet, and so I obviously am going to be really scared of something like a Venusaur coming out, as we are going to see that Venusaur indeed. I'm fine to go for another Burning Jealousy as well as an Astral Barrage, right? We do have to fear. I think we're fine, right? Because if you switch out Grimmsnarl into Groudon, it guarantees that we are faster with both Magmar as well as Calyrex. If you go for the Thunder Wave, which we are most likely going to see, right, I do expect like a switch out as well as, yeah, so the Thunder Wave going to come out into Calyrex. if we can get the knockout into Grimmsnarl, I think we're in pretty good shape, right? Because what that means is you're forced to max your Venusaur, and we can sort of use that in our favor to get Kyurem max. And I think with Kyurem maxing, right, we should be able to handle Venusaur pretty easily. So I do expect Venusaur to max. It will be obviously a little bit scary. Oh, we didn't KO the Grimmsnarl. That's fun. I'm going to go for a Burning Jealousy here. I have to click Astral Barrage. Yeah, that was definitely a little bit unfortunate. I don't think you want to max Groudon, though, just because of Magmar, right, being able to burn you with Burning Jealousy if you go for something like a Max Quake, which potentially is your best option right now. So yeah, I think going for Venusaur is what I'm really hoping for a Venusaur max, just because what that lets me do is that lets me ensure I can just get clean sweep with Kyurem, right? Kyurem can go for a Hailstorm. Kyurem can Hailstorm again into the Groudon, and we should be able to take it. So I like I said, I just want a Venusaur max. It looks like we are seeing a max, so I do expect, like I said, this to be that Venusaur. We could see a potential Max Quake into the Magmar, which would be a little bit scary, but not the end of the world. Is yeah, the Venusaur just going to get big here. The big question now is where are you directing your damage, right? We do have to respect the fact that Venusaur, obviously max, does hit very, very hard, but it can't go for a Sleep Powder. We are going to see the Ooze come out. Looks like, yeah, targeting down the Magmar. So if Magmar is able to survive, which I expect it can, getting the burn onto that Venusaur is going to be really, really nice, as we are going to see the Life Orb reveal too. Burning Jealousy going to come out here, so getting a big chunk onto that Venusaur, also getting the burn for just a little bit of extra damage, as we will be able to, hopefully, yep, we are going to connect single target Astral Barrage. Specs doing a really good amount of damage, right? And now we also have that burn just dealing a little bit more, right? We do see how that chip does matter, and I think what I want to do this turn is, given the fact that we do have Kyurem in the back, I want to go for Protect with Magmar, because I think preserving it is going to be the most important thing here. So clicking Protect here, and then just going for another Astral Barrage, knowing that I'm most likely going to lose my Calyrex this turn, right? If we see something like a Shadow Claw, that can happen. But I want to basically get rid of Calyrex and get us in a position where we have Magmar next to Kyurem, and we have their Venusaur, what's it called? We have their Venusaur max. Okay, so Venusaur gets knocked out here. I think I do want to Hailstorm into the Groudon instead of the Venusaur, because what I'm worried about is a max guard into letting it go for Sleep Powder. And so this way we can ensure that Kyurem is faster, which I think is going to be really, really important, especially because we do have to potentially worry about something like a max flare. But yeah, like I said, we very well could see what's it called, Venusaur go for a max guard to ensure that you can go for a Sleep Powder. And so by targeting down the Groudon, right, we are just guaranteeing that we will be able to survive. So we can go for the self side Mach Punch, and then go for a very big max Hailstorm onto this Groudon, guarantee that the weather shifts into our favor. And what that lets us do then is we can easily outspeed the Venusaur, get the knockout that way. We hopefully should be able to one-shot this Groudon. Like I said, I am worried about that Max Quake, right? Like that definite, I mean, not that Max Quake, that Max Guard into a Sleep Powder, trying to maintain weather control. And so this, I think, really pins them down, right? Like we should definitely be faster than their Groudon, and so by moving first, we get that KO there. We do have to take a hit from the Venusaur, but I don't really expect Venusaur to do too much. We know that they are at +1, so that is a little bit scary. We will not only have to take a +1 hit from this Venusaur, but we will also have to take Divine Lash Residual. But I don't expect anything to have, right? We did see some of their moves, and nothing was super scary. And also, worst comes to worst, right? Like, we have Magmar. I do feel confident in Kyurem living one hit from the Venusaur, as luckily, yeah, we take not that much from Mach Punch, and that was a crit. So we are going to trigger our policy. Like I said, we do have to survive one hit from the Venusaur. We are seeing no Max Guard. We will see just Divine Lash come out into the Kyurem. Yeah, doing not even half. And so I think that this, like I said, is our best position just to account for that Max Guard. Hailstorm at +2 into a non-Max Groudon. Like, you are getting one shot for sure. Yeah, Groudon just going to go down here. And now at this point, right, we can just go for a Hailstorm into this Venusaur, guarantee that there's no chance of Sleep Powder shenanigans. I do think that probably was their best bet in terms of an out of like hoping I target it down into the Venusaur. But it looks like we're going to see some internet failing. I can't imagine losing to Kyurem Black feels that good. So what a great way to start things, right? We're going to let it play out. So yeah, Kyurem Black definitely putting in the work. I think being supported very well was huge. That burning jealousy into the Zacian, right? Like I'm sure they really did not expect that to happen. So overall, just a really solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Yveltal. It is Mawile. Mawile, a Yveltal with Thundurus, Venusaur, Groudon, and Entei. So I do not know what to expect here. I kind of just like Magmar Whimsicott. Kyurem, I think, is really good here. Calyrex, not the best, but it also is doable. This is a little bit awkward, right? Because of the fact that we are we are setting up Tailwind for Magmar, which means that it will hit before my opponents go for any sort of moves, so we don't get the burning jealousy burn. But that's really only relevant for Groudon. And depending on what they have, right? If we see something like a Thundurus lead, I am honestly willing to just go for. I think do we have Charm on this Whimsicott? I forget this. No, we have Taunt. Taunt, Tailwind, Moonblast, and whatever the fourth move is. I'm willing, honestly, to sacrifice a Tailwind turn in order to get off a potential burn. If we see something like a Venudon, even going for like a Taunt to stop a Sleep Powder, and then hoping that Magmar is slower than Groudon, so we can get damage that way. As we are going to see Entei Yveltal. So I don't know what to do here. I don't have a good plan. I'm gonna go for a Protect, and then I'm just gonna go for the Tailwind. I don't have a better option. My main plan right now is hoping that you knock out my Magmar. I mean, not my Magmar, my Whimsicott, so I get a free switch in into Kyurem Black. I don't think that there's a reason to potentially risk losing the Magmar. We're seeing no Max, which is interesting. Probably an Oblivion Wing and not wanting to waste a Max turn. We are seeing a Bulldoze, which is very interesting tech coming out from the Entei. Also not revealing if you're Scarf or not. Probably suggests to me you are going for... okay, so we are seeing a Dark Pulse into the Magmar, right? You don't know what it can do. I'm fine to go for... let's go for a Mach Punch, as well as go for a Moonblast onto this Yveltal. Just trying to get a little bit of damage going, right? It doesn't make sense to kind of stall that way. Magmar doing big work. We are seeing the Entei. Oh, I was going to say... so the Entei is it confirmed to be Scarf? Why is it going first before my Whimsicott? I set up a Tailwind. Not sure about the damage right now. We are going to get a solid amount of damage onto this Yveltal, though. Seeing the Dark Pulse come out into the Magmar. Magmar is going to survive, which is huge. I'm fine to go for a Protect again, as well as just go for a Moonblast onto this Yveltal. If we can get rid of it, right, we are in a really good spot with Kyurem in the endgame, especially taking advantage of, what's it called, that dragon typing, making it so we take neutral from fire, right? Like, obviously, we have a better matchup into Entei. We are going to see the Bulldoze come out into poor little Whimsicott. So Whimsicott losing all of its nice little Tailwind boosts, so the poor little Floof Ball. We are going to see the Oblivion Wing come out into what is definitely going to be, into the Whimsicott. And so now we have to figure out... so the thing, right, is the Entei is Scarfed. Right, the Entei is Scarfed. We're going to say the Entei is Scarfed. We're going to bring out Kyurem here. I think I have to target down the Yveltal slot, mainly just because of the fact that if it has Foul Play, right, at +2 Foul Play, should do or a foul play into a +2 Kyurem should do quite a bit. So I'm gonna go for the Mach Punch here, as well as go for the really big Max Hailstorm, right? Like they don't really have anything that looks like it can handle Max Hailstorm at +2 super well, right? We have just a ton of guaranteed damage that way. We do have to be weary of the thing we have to be weary of is if they stall out my Tailwind and then go for what's it called, a foul play. We have seen Dark Pulse, so that really suggests to me you don't have foul play, as we are going to see the Mawile come out. So Mawile, obviously a little bit scary. That Intimidate, also really scary here, right? Dropping me from +2 only to +1, as we are going to see the double switch come out. So this could be Groudon coming out, right? It could be a lot of things. We are going to see the Groudon, so we should hopefully be able to get the knockout, right? Like this is going to be a +2 or a +1 stab super effective hit into a Groudon. I know Groudon has very good physical defense, but still I don't see it being an issue. And then if we get rid of if we can get rid of the Yveltal, I think we're in fine shape, right? We do have Calyrex in the back, which should fare fairly well into my opponent's last two. We're going to see perfect what the amount of damage should be done from a Mach Punch, and it is going to be not that much at all. We are going to get the weakness policy boost. Like I said, we are only at +1. This Hailstorm going to come out. I'm hoping for a knockout into this Groudon. Survey says perfect. Getting rid of a restricted right off the bat is huge. So that is definitely going to be something in our favor. One thing we do have to be a little bit weary of, though, is you do now have a free switch in back into that Entei, and if that Entei is able to get off a Sacred Fire, right, the Sacred Fire going to be huge here. We also no longer have our Tailwind, which is going to be very important, right, from something like a foul play from a Yveltal. We know that foul play can one-shot a Thundurus after an Electro Web, but we have to also remember the fact that we are only at +1, not at +2. So hoping for that sort of to help us out. As Entei going to come back, so this really suggests to me you do want to go for what's it called, a Sacred Fire. I'm going to click Burning Jealousy into both of these, as well as just go for a Wyrmwind into the Entei, just trying to lower that attack as much as possible. We do have to be really weary, though, and preserve Kyurem, because we do not have a good way to deal with Yveltal, right? We also haven't seen Sucker Punch, though, right? We've seen Dark Pulse. We've seen, I think we've seen Protect, as well as Oblivion Wing, and so this really suggests to me you either don't have Foul Play or you don't have Sucker Punch, and so that can be really helpful in this endgame, right? If we have to potentially bring out our Calyrex, we should see, interesting, so we're going to see actually a Max here. I don't know if this is going to be the Entei or if it's going to be the Mawile. I think both are viable here. We are going to see the Mawile. So what I'm thinking, right, is this is going to be Scarf weakness policy, and you're going to get a proc off of the Bulldoze. If that's the case, if Magmar is still faster, we can go for, okay, so we're going to see the Sacred Fire actually come out, doing not that much. It is unfortunately going to get the burn onto Kyurem. We will, though, be able to get a Max Wyrmwind, which is huge to get the attack drop. Still doing a very large amount of damage, right? Like that is going to be huge. We also do get the attack drop, like I said, which is also very relevant, as a Starfall going to come out into the Kyurem. I'm hoping to survive that. We take that very, very well, given the fact that Mawile is actually just like not that good. Hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. And so Magmar going to get some extra residual chip off, doing a huge chunk into the Mawile, right? Like that is a very non-trivial amount of damage. And so now I think we're fine to go for another Burning Jealousy, right? Like that should be more than enough. We can survive another hit. And so I think, like I said, it's fine to click Burning Jealousy again, as well as go for a max. I'm going to max Lightning into the Entei. I need to create a scenario where I can Fusion Bolt the Yveltal, right? Like that. This match is definitely not over yet. Yeah, there's definitely still a lot that can go wrong. We do have to take another Sacred Fire, so that's obviously going to be a little bit scary. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. I am thankful, though, that we are getting that Mawile to -1. The Starfall, obviously a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. And also, yeah, the Starfall, right, making it so my attacks do a little bit more less damage. We are seeing perfect the Max Guard here, That's huge. We will take a Sacred Fire onto the Kyurem. Kyurem going to be able to hold on though. Max Lightning going to be able to come out and one-shot into this Kyurem. I mean, not into this Entei. But still, like I said, we are not out of the water yet. This is the third turn of our max. So now we are unmaxed, facing down a Yveltal. We do have the electric terrain up, but the big question is, I don't think Kyurem is going to be able to, unfortunately, survive a hit from this Calyrex, or from this Yveltal. And so what I basically have to do, okay, so what I can do, hear me out. I don't think we can win. I'm gonna be real honest right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch out. Doesn't even matter. Yeah, because you're gonna outspeed in one shot, so I need you to be slow Yveltal, and I need to get you in range of an Astral Barrage. That's sort of my only hope. We do, like I said, we also have to hope you don't have Sucker Punch. So if you're slower than my Kyurem, which you might be, right? You could be very bulky. That would let us. Nope, it looks like you're gonna move first. Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. So Fusion Bolt gonna come out here. This is going to be super effective and boosted by terrain. That's going to be in range of perfect. So we are going to see the Foul Play come out, and so this really suggests to me you don't have Sucker Punch. If Magmar is, I forget if Magmar is okay, no, I was gonna say if Magmar is faster than the Yveltal, right? Like we're in good shape too. Oh, we survived. Okay, that's a big deal, right? Burning Jealousy going to do enough damage that we should hopefully put the Yveltal knocked out, right? Burning Jealousy going to come out here. That should be enough for Hail. That should actually be enough to pick up both with the Hail. So Magmar really the MVP right now, right? Like it is picking up a bunch of KOs. It got the burn on Zacian in that first game. So yeah, it just did a ton of work here. It unfortunately is going to go down to the Hail itself. But yeah, being able, right, to survive that hit from the Mawile, like get all that damage off. So huge shout out to Magmar for being the real secret restricted of this team. So overall, just an awesome, solid second game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is hard Trick Room. It is Calyrex, Palkia, Amoonguss, Incineroar with Dusclops as well as Grimmsnarl. So a little bit interesting of a take on the traditional Trick Room team. That being said, Kyurem is still very, very big here. So is Grimmsnarl. I need Whimsicott though. That's the thing. Honestly, there's nothing stopping Calyrex Kyurem as a lead, right? We have Astral Barrage. We can just max Phantasm if we need to. We also have Kyurem just to go for a max move. I think we want Magmar in the back as a way to help deal with Calyrex. And then I'm gonna bring Grimmsnarl here. One thing that I'm worried about for sure is that Amoonguss, right? I can't really afford to let it get set up. But I think that this is definitely our best option, right? If you lead, whatever you lead for trying to set up Trick Room, we have a Specs Astral Barrage as well as a hit from Kyurem, most likely going to be that Max Dragon, just trying to get an attack drop. So that's awesome. One thing we do have to be a little bit wary of, though, is going to be that double Trick Room, right? If they lead something like Dusclops, Palkia, that obviously isn't good. Incin, also a little bit scary, right? Being able to go for that Intimidate, go for big damage onto my Calyrex, right, with a Throat Chop. But if you go for something like that, it means like what? You have to go for a Trick Room setter, most likely Calyrex. Also worth noting is, right, they have 3 potential Trick Room setters. Dusclops 2, so there is a chance, like probably a small chance, that Palkia does not have Trick Room itself, though I don't doubt that. And we are going to see the Palkia Dusclops come out here. So now is like I said, the really tricky question of what do I go for, right? I can assume there is a chance, right? Like the Dusclops goes for a Dusclops goes for Trick Room, and the Palkia goes for Protect. you are going to see my choice specs, as well as my weakness policy. I'm very fine to click Astral Barrage, and then the question, right, is do I want to click for Max Wormwind into right, Max Wormwind into the Palkia is so obvious. I'm gonna go into the Dusclops, just right. Like, you could very well max Palkia and max Guard. I'm willing to honestly potentially lose my Kyurem because of the fact that I think Calyrex is just in such strong position. I think we have Grimmsnarl in the back. I don't really know. I forgot. Do we? I think we have Grimmsnarl, right? We didn't bring Whimsicott. If we have Grimmsnarl, I think Grimmsnarl is fine here, right? Versus Palkia being able to set up that light screen, being able to go for Spirit Break. So I do want to double up the Dusclops because I think stopping the Trick Room is going to be the most important thing. And I'm hoping, right, if you don't max, if you don't, like what? You have to go for like what? A Wormwind? It's tricky. Okay, it's really tricky if you decide to, what's it called? If you Wormwind my Calyrex and get the knockout that way. But that means we can get a free switch in into Magmar and go from there. We are going to see a Shadow Sneak come out onto the Calyrex. I'm hoping we live that. We do, which is very, very nice to see. We could very well see, like I said, a double Trick Room come out here. If we get the knockout onto the Dusclops, which I don't think we do, yeah, we're not going to get that knockout. So I think they did actually go for the double Trick Room here, right? Just to guarantee that they're going to lose something. If I had known this, would have just gone for damage into the Palkia because, you know, that's a little bit better. But yeah, they are going to, it looks like, yeah, do the double Trick Room. We should see probably a, imagine, oh god, imagine if I had just like, I had just done damage, so both of them survived, let them reverse their own Trick Room. Because now this is an issue, right? This is the thing that we were the most afraid of. We have nothing to stop the Amoonguss, other than going for an Astral Barrage, as well as going for a Max Lightning into the Palkia. You very well are just going, what's going to happen here is you're going to go for a Spore onto my Kyurem, and you're going to go for a knockout onto my Palkia. Yeah, okay, so this is bad. We could not have stopped. I mean, what we could have done is we could have gone, oh wait, they went for a Shadow Sneak. It's like they went for the double Trick Room. They did not. They went for the Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I think that they made the smart play. My thought process was right. You are going to try to go for a potential protect. We are going to see, yeah, the hit come out from the Kyurem, or from the Amoonguss to put my Kyurem to sleep. We should see probably an Earth Power into the Calyrex. I don't know if this will KO. It actually does, so ignore everything I just said. At this point, I think we just lose because we cannot stop the spores. So what we could do, this is not an ideal solution, but you know, sometimes we have to play to not ideal solutions, is what we want to do is we want to just hope the Amoonguss gets paralyzed. That is sort of our out right now. We go for a Thunder Wave, and we go for a Hailstorm, right? If we can KO the Amoonguss, we're in fantastic shape. We do obviously have to be wary of the fact that outside of Max, right, like we are not going to be able to survive a Max Dragon, and so yeah, we kind of need to hope for some lucky paralysis. We're gonna get the Thunder Wave off, right? So that is definitely going to help us. Getting the full para on the Amoonguss is going to be huge, as we are going to see the Pollen Puff come out. That's fine. Like I said, if we can have Kyurem wake up this turn, that puts us in amazing shape overall. As the Earth Power going to come out into the Grimmsnarl, going to do actually a pretty big chunk of damage, more than I would have liked for sure. Kyurem going to wake up here, so this is huge, right? We are going to be able to fire off a Max Quake. This is our third turn of Max, unfortunately, so we are not going to be able to utilize and get a Max Wormwind off in front of this Calyrex. But if we can get into a scenario where Magmar can come in, right, we do have that ability just to go for what's it called? We have that ability to go for those Burning Jealousies. So Magmar, potentially a good answer into Kyurem Black here, as we are going to see, yep, the Calyrex gonna very easily come out here. I am more worried about more worried about this Palkia because of the fact, like I said, we do have Magmar. So I want to go for a light screen as well as go for a fusion bolt, just trying to get that damage off. Yeah, the light screen, we're probably going to lose. Actually, wait, how many turns of Trick Room are left? 2 turns of Trick Room. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go for a light screen here, and then we're going to go for the fusion bolt onto this Palkia. You shouldn't have a good way to deal damage to Kyurem with with Calyrex. So you most likely have to max the Palkia here, which doesn't really help us, right? Because of the fact that we have Magmar in the back, and Magmar really isn't going to do anything. If you choose to target down, yeah, I mean your correct play is Glacial Lance, and yeah, your correct play is Glacial Lance and Max Warmwind into the Kyurem. I have no way to stop that. It should be enough for a KO, especially if you go for prior chip. So it looks like we're not going to be able to take this. Yep, we are going to see the very obvious Palkia Max here. We could see a throw, right? You could protect the Calyrex and somehow we live. I don't see that happens. It looks like, yeah, we are going to see like I said, the very obvious Max Warmwind into the Glacial Lance. What we could have done, maybe we could have switched out into Magmar. Yeah, because Grimmsnarl are going to go down here. And that, yeah, I mean, Kyurem, okay, yeah, so not a chance in the world. Unfortunate for sure. Here comes the Wormwind. Yep, that's going to be the knockout. So unfortunately, we are going to lose pretty hard. We called the Trick Room wrong, right? If we had KO'd the Palkia turn 1, we would have just won. Looking at everything my opponent has in the back, they had no counterplay to that. They made the right choice of saying, hey, you're going to target down into the Dusclops because that is the more obvious candidate, and I got punished for that. So I'm just going to save everyone some time. I'm going to run from this battle. It has been a really fun time using this team. We will work our way through the rest of my run to teams and have some fun with that. Hopefully we'll be able to get some Series 13 content in the meantime. So look forward to that. But yeah, with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.